Welcome to the Fox 17 Rockin' Review on our YouTube channel and on the web. And I've got a great guest today. If you don't know him, Rick Springfield. I think most people are going to know you from being an actor, you know, back from Noah Drake and all that good stuff. Author, you've got best-selling books out. I know you as a musician, and you've even with documentaries and everything. You got a lot of stuff going, Rick.
I do.
You're talented.
Not necessarily. I just have a lot of stuff going.
You know, in the business, they call you a triple threat, too.
They call me a jack of all trades, master of none.
Now, first off, while I've got you, I want to talk about, you know, you've got a great CD, DVD pack coming out February 24th, and this is taken from your show, Stripped Down. Can you talk about that a little bit to viewers?
No.
Just a little.
It's my solo show where a storyteller kind of show. I talk about all the songs and what created, you know, where the stories that they all came from a real life episode. So I discuss that, and you know, I go back in my life to where there's the first song I ever wrote called "Painted Girl" that I pull out, which is truly atrocious, but I do it for, you know, fun's sake, and blues tune that I used to play when I was a kid and getting kicked out of school, and there's stuff when I was in Vietnam in the late 60s, and how old is this guy? And it's, so, you know, it's a pretty full kind of arc of my life, and a lot of fun to do. Really very different show to the band show. Well,
you and reading about you, you know, obviously when you first came to the States from Australia, you know, you were a musician the whole time growing up. And so, you know, it's interesting that you got into the acting thing. You sort of you know, you've made the circle with the books and the acting and the music.
Well, I got into acting when I was in my early 20s because I wasn't scoring any record deals, basically. I thought I could make money as an actor, which was pretty naive, but I did actually, and fell in love with the acting process, and it's actually, they've supported each other, you know.
Right. Well, now let's also talk about it, Rick. You know, continuing on with the acting and with the music, and you're an incredible musician and a lover of Gretsch guitars. You've got
all guitars. I'm a guitar whore.
And so you've got a movie coming out this summer with Meryl Streep.
Yep. Yeah, she's an up-and-coming actress. I think you'll hear a lot about her.
She's got potential.
She's got potential, yeah. And Kevin Kline, and directed by Jonathan Demme, who did Silence of the Lambs and Stop Making Sense, and script written by Diablo Cody, who wrote Juno. So it's got a lot of great people involved in it, and me. So I had, but it's great, a very, very soulful movie, and I think people would be very surprised by Meryl. And she just goes off again in another direction. You go, what can she do?
Now, Now the name of this is Ricky Flash.
Ricky and the Flash.
Ricky and the Flash. Thank you.
She plays Ricky, and I'm her boyfriend guitar player in the band, the Flash, and it's a bar band basically. And they wanted an actor who could really play guitar because it's all recorded live. The music's all live, but it's, you know, I mean, it's a movie. It's not it's about music, but it's a family story.
And that'll be out sometime this summer.
August.
August. There we go. And then I also wanted to ask you the Dave Grohl sessions that you helped with. What was up with that?
That was a lot of fun. A great band, and started out just as an interview, and then Dave got the idea of seeing there's all these musicians together. Why don't we all like get together and write songs? And then he came up with the idea of touring with once the movie was out. So it became this really long project.
But you guys won a Grammy from that too, didn't you?
Yeah. Did he win a Grammy? Yeah, he won a Grammy, and it's a great project because it's about the studio Sound City where I recorded my first music, and where he recorded Nevermind with Nirvana. So a lot of people's lives changed in the studio. And it was really well done. He really put together a great thing, a really great story.
That is awesome. Well, you know, back to your you know, your video days, and obviously you've had a number of hits over the years with your songs, and you used to always play the Gretsch guitars. What are you touring with now? What is your favorite guitar?
I have a bunch of guitars. I have my recording guitars, and I have my touring guitars. And the recording guitars are all old, specific guitars that all have a certain sound that I would never take on the road because they got damaged.
Well, probably like those Gretsches you used to use.
Yeah, well, the Gretsches were, I mean, I don't know, I loved the way they looked. I mean, I was kind of, you couldn't really hear anything back then because everyone was screaming anyway, so it, but I actually ended up giving giving the Gretches to Billy Mooney, who was the guy from kid from Lost in Space.
Oh my gosh!
That was the last time I saw them. I'm really a Fender Gibson guy, and and I have my own guitars made for the road because I have to have real light guitars and have a certain sound. But the ones at home, I have a lot of great old guitars.
That's awesome. You know what? We're going to have to do it again to where you bring in some of the guitars
They're
and we can
amazing.
actually
Dude,
show
so
some
beautiful.
of those.
No, they're beautiful. I love
them.
Well,
Rick Springfield, be sure and check out his new release, Stripped Down. It's coming out February 24th, and his new movie coming out this August. And great in concert as always. Sure to appreciate you joining us, Rick.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.